for Semenyo, and Semenyo can go, and he's all the way through!
Who is the best winger on the planet right now? The debate has never been more wide open. So today, we are taking our best shot at it. Let's get into it. 10 Bukayo Saka. We know what you're thinking. Saka at 10 feels disrespectful, but stick with us. The fact that we haven't even included Mohamed Salah, a man who won the Premier League Player of the Year award not long ago, tells you everything you need to know about the level of this list. Like Salah, Saka has experienced a significant dip this season, though the reasons are different. Salah looks like a player on the back nine of an incredible career. Saka, at just 24, still has everything ahead of him. The problem is that right now he simply isn't performing at the level we know he's capable of. His goal and assist numbers in open play have been underwhelming, and the eye test backs that up. There's also a growing injury concern. He's been carrying an Achilles issue that has kept him out in recent weeks, adding to a worrying pattern of physical setbacks. Played heavily from a young age, Saka looks like a player whose body is beginning to feel the toll. Jamie Carragher has argued that Arsenal don't have a truly world-class forward, and it's difficult to completely disagree when Saka is operating this far below his ceiling. Even so, he still edges out the likes of Jeremy Doku, Brian Mbeumo and Bradley Barcola. Just neuf Désiré Doué. He may not carry the immediate star power of previous Golden Boy winners like Kylian Mbappe or the player at number 1 on this list, but Désiré Doué is a genuinely special footballer. His Champions League final performance last season was the stuff of legend. The PSG teenager had a direct hand in 3 of his side's goals against Inter Milan, assisting the first before scoring 2 of his own. He became only the second teenager since Manchester United's Brian Kidd in 1968 to both score and assist in a European Cup final, and the first player with 3 goal involvements in the same game since Sandro Mazzola in 1964. After a night like that, the world expected him to explode. It hasn't happened yet. The 2025-26 campaign has been disrupted by injuries and inconsistency, and he hasn't come close to scaling those heights again. But we're not writing off Doue. The talent is undeniable, and players of his quality don't stay quiet for long. 8. Antoine Semenyo. Here's one of the most satisfying rise stories in European football. Antoine Semenyo, the Chelsea-born Ghana international, has gone from Bournemouth standout to genuine elite-level winger, and it has been a joy to watch. His consistent performances on the South Coast made a move to a bigger club inevitable, and he's since linked up with Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. The early signs have been seriously encouraging. Guardiola doesn't hand big roles to players who don't deserve them. The one caveat is that his performance against Real Madrid showed that the step up to the very pinnacle of European football is always the hardest one to make. But Semenyo is still adapting, and the raw ability is not in question. 7. Luis Diaz. When Diaz left Liverpool in the summer, plenty of people shrugged. His return of 13 goals and 5 assists in the Premier League title-winning season was solid without being spectacular, and the feeling was that he was replaceable. Liverpool is probably still waiting for that to be proven. Without him, something has been missing, not necessarily in goals and assists, but in the relentless pressing and work rate that helped set the tone for how the team operated. That kind of contribution doesn't always show up on a stat sheet. Meanwhile, Bayern Munich have welcomed him with open arms. Under Vincent Kompany, Diaz has brought exactly the tenacity and intensity that a title-chasing side needs. His numbers have improved in the Bundesliga too, though goals do tend to flow more freely in Germany's top flight, particularly for the perennial champions. 6. Vinicius Jr. The 2024 Ballon d'Or saga left a mark. After losing out on the award, Vinicius spent the better part of a year looking like a completely different player, disconnected, frustrated, and nowhere near the explosive force that had previously terrorized defenses across Europe. There were genuine questions about whether he and Mbappe could function effectively in the same attack, and the 2024-25 season looked like proof that the answer was no. But slowly, Vinicius is finding his way back. He recently scored in 5 consecutive matches, no small feat in a Real Madrid side that has been far from its best. He did miss some clear-cut chances against Bayern Munich, which will frustrate him, but the hunger and directness that make him so dangerous are returning. Watch this space. 5. Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. Forget the numbers. We could put together a stats-based rundown and note that Kvaratskhelia's output of 4 goals and 3 assists in League One this season is inferior to that of some fairly average footballers. But that would be completely missing the point. Who cares about French league numbers when he can do what he did against Chelsea in the Champions League this season? The kind of improvisation he produces on a football pitch is simply not something you can coach. When Kvaratskhelia picks up the ball, there's a creativity to his game that is increasingly rare in a sport that has become ever more systemized and structured. He's the kind of player that brings young Ronaldo to mind, a genuine outlier, a true entertainer. That quality never goes out of fashion. For Raphinha, there's an argument that we may have pushed a little too hard a few months back that Raphinha is the best player on the planet. We'll pump the brakes on that, but what we won't back away from is the central point. Raphinha is essential to how Barcelona functions. The Brazilian has had his 2025-26 campaign disrupted by injury, and without the outrageous goal and assist numbers he put up last season, the Ballon d'Or conversation has cooled, but his impact on Hansi Flick's side goes well beyond statistics. Like Diaz at Bayern, he sets the press, sets the intensity, and sets the tone. When fully fit and firing, he is one of the most complete wide players in the world. He's shown it before, and he's more than capable of showing it again. 3. Ousmane Dembele. There's a growing sense that Luis Enrique's side is still carrying the physical and mental residue of a relentless schedule that included the Club World Cup and very little rest. But Dembele is the reigning Ballon d'Or holder, and we're not putting him any lower than 3. Because when PSG turn it on, Dembele is their most devastating weapon. It might not be a vintage season, but a vintage Dembele still makes this list with room to spare. 2. Michael Olise. Don't let the Bundesliga dismissals fool you. Yes, goals come a little more easily in Germany, but what Michael Olise is doing this season deserves far more recognition than it's getting. The 24-year-old Frenchman has registered 12 goals and 18 assists in the Bundesliga alone this season, leading the entire league in assists. Add his Champions League contributions on top of that, and you're looking at one of the most productive wide players in Europe right now. His vision, his composure in tight spaces, and his ability to create chances out of nothing all point to a player operating at the very highest level, a genuine Ballon d'Or contender. Yes, we mean it. 1. Lamine Yamal. Let's take a step back for a moment, because it's easy to forget just how extraordinary this young man really is. Lamine Yamal is 18 years old. He made his Barcelona debut less than 3 years ago. He already has over 150 appearances for club and country, and this season in La Liga alone, he has 15 goals and 11 assists in 27 appearances, leading the entire league in take-ons and generating more danger than almost any player in Europe. Messi and Ronaldo, the two greatest to ever play this game, were not doing anything close to this at the same age. That is not hyperbole, it is simply the truth. Whatever metric you choose, goals, assists, chances created, dribbles, Yamal ranks among the elite, but the numbers only confirm what your eyes already tell you. He is the most dangerous wide attacker on the planet, and the most frightening part, he's only just getting started. So there you have it, the 10 best wingers in the world right now. Do you agree with our list? Let us know in the comments who we've got wrong, and if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.